The video review will start in a few seconds, but if you're watching this on YouTube, remember, if you have a question, comment, or suggestion for me, you can post it on 3dgameman.com, and the link is provided below. Hello again, I'm Rodney Reynolds from 3dgameman.com, and welcome to another video review. Today I'm looking at the SilverStone Fortress FT04 Case. A great looking large box here. We've got a picture of the product on the front, as well as features and specifications about the product all around the box. Your typical case packaging material with styrofoam on either end, and the case itself is in a plastic bag. Tucked away in this piece of styrofoam is an accessory box. Let's see what's in this. There are 6 mounts for 120mm fans, 3 in each pile, as well as a video support bar and 3 video support claws to help keep the video card or video cards in place, along with 4 plastic cable ties and a bag of screws, plus 2 jumpers. They have protective plastic on the right side panel window, on the outside, as well as on the inside. This case has "WOW" written all over it. It looks stunning. And it comes in 2 different colors, black as well as silver. You also have a couple of right side panel options. You can just have a plain panel, or you can have this window. Now, this is a full tower case. It's mainly comprised of steel, but it does have an aluminum top panel and a front aluminum door. It weighs in at 11.5 kilograms. It measures 219 by 546 by 482 millimeters, and the volume on the inside is 57.6 liters. Now have a closer look at the build quality. The fit and finish on this is exceptional. Again, at the top you've got an aluminum panel which can be completely removed. Also, this filter can be removed just by popping it off, and this is actually where the power supply gets installed. At the very top are the status LEDs for power and hard drive activity. On the top right, there are 2 USB 3 ports, as well as a microphone and headphone jack. Very little branding on this case except for their SilverStone logo here at the front top center. At the front on either side, they have lots of ventilation. Now, they have this large door at the front which swings open, and by the way, this is held into place via magnets. Note the acoustic dampening material that is on the front panel. They have more on the inside, on both the left and right side panels and the top panel. Now, they have these rubber stops here on the front door, so when you're closing it, it's not going to make a horrible sound. It will also stop any vibrations. They include 2 humongous 180mm air penetrator intake fans, along with a fan filter, which can be easily removed by pressing here at the top and sliding it out at the bottom. It goes back just as easily. Put it back in the bottom first and then snap it at the top. Now, you can control the speed of both of these fans independently with the 2 fan speed controller. So you can adjust the speed anywhere from 500 to 2000 RPMs, and the noise level will vary between 17 to 42 decibels. And you can install 2 5¼ drive bays. To remove this drive bay cover, it's very easy. Just pinch on either side and take it out. Now, this particular model comes with a nice large window. There is acoustic dampening material though all around it. If you were to go with the model that does not have the window, of course, you would have more acoustic dampening material on the whole inside of this panel. Unlike the right side panel, which has a window, the left side panel is plain, but they do have acoustic dampening material on the inside. At the back of the case, at the very top, is where you would install a standard ATX power supply. Note the rubber feet for the power supply to lodge on. Now, when you are installing a power supply, remember to have the power supply's fan at the top so the fan can actually intake cool air from outside the case. Note the extra ventilation, and here is a place to install a Kensington lock, as well as 8 ventilated expansion slots. And there are 6 thumb screws, and by the way, each thumb screw comes with a rubber washer to prevent vibrations. There are 2 thumb screws for the top panel, as well as 4 thumb screws for the side panels, 2 thumb screws on each side panel. Note the acoustic dampening material which is throughout the case, and this will definitely help decrease the system noise. Now, since this is a full tower case, there's plenty of room to work on the inside. It fits SSI EEB, SSI CEB, Extended ATX, Standard ATX, and Micro ATX form factor motherboards. It's very rare these days for a case to come with a removable motherboard tray, but this one does. Plus, the tray also has a large hole on it for the cooler's retention plate, as well as other holes for organizing the cables and putting them behind the motherboard tray. And by the way, there is lots of space behind the motherboard tray and the left side panel. You can fit up to 7 3.5-inch drives, 5 in this removable hard drive cage, and 2 more at the bottom. By the way, you would need to use screws to attach these to the hard drive cage, but the 2 at the bottom, you just simply slide them in and they lock into place. Oh, and by the way, this front 3.5-inch drive bay is hot swappable. You can insert a drive here and pop it out. They have the serial ATA data and power connections at the back of this one, but they do not have it on the other one, so just keep that in mind. You can fit video cards that are up to 13.3 inches in length, that's approximately 340 millimeters, and coolers that are up to 160 millimeters in height. Now, I mentioned earlier that you can install an optional 120 millimeter fan at the back, but of course, if you wanted to, you could put an ALC, Advanced Liquid Cooler, back here as well. Now, since we're talking about liquid cooling, you could remove these 2 large 180 millimeter fans at the front and install a 360 rad, or you could just remove these fans and install up to 3 120 millimeter fans using the included 120 millimeter fan brackets. With the left side panel removed, have a closer look at this side of the case behind the motherboard tray. Again, plenty of space here to tuck cables away. Get them out of the main part of the case. It not only looks good, but it will increase airflow. And by the way, there's around 15 millimeters of space back here. Now, I mentioned before you can remove this top panel, but I'll show you. I've taken off these 2 thumb screws at the back. You just slide and lift off. This gives you really good access here to the front 5.25-inch drives and the power supply. Removing the motherboard tray requires taking off 3 regular screws. One here, another one at the bottom, and one at the back. Once you've done that, simply slide it this way, and it comes right out. And at the bottom of the case, there are 4 rubber feet. Finally, have a listen to the stock cooling as I increase the fans from the lowest speed to the highest speed. This is just a drop-dead, gorgeous-looking case. Again, an aluminum front, an aluminum top. You've got the option here of installing tons of hardware, water cooling. There's plenty of fans included. You can install more if you want to. This case has everything you should be looking for in a full tower case. It even comes with a removable motherboard tray. Overall, this is a 100% kick-ass product. Until next time, take care. I hope you enjoyed this video review, and please note that pricing for this product is available on the 3D Game Man video review page.